Hey, everybody. How are you?
Hey, everybody. Hey, my name is Nakia Franklin.
And I'm Vawn Gretta.
And welcome to this episode of The Real
And Raw Talk Show.
where there are no boundaries.
And no judgment.
All right, y'all. So our guest today is Mr. Brian Wilturner, the founder, crazy man, and creator of the Pocket USA. That was made to support the community with efforts to survive potentially deadly police encounters in mind. We as African Americans are extremely creative human beings, especially when we identify a need resulting from a problem in society. Well, Brian is no different, and he is different because he saw a need and found a solution that will work. What we need from you is to have everyone join in on the conversation and give your attention to the why he created the Pocket USA. Now, audience, we're coming straight forward. We need your support. We're asking you to share this content as we always do. We're asking you to like and love and subscribe to our pages and content on each of our platforms that we use: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. We even have the Wisdom Entertainment website, which is where we house all of our current and past episodes. Vawn Gretta's information on her plays, both present, upcoming, and past performances, can be found there as well. We also have a store on the page for you to purchase real and raw face masks, cups, and anything that we create or you would like to see created. Hey, just let us know. We'll figure it out. We put forth every effort to provide you with the content you deserve, and we are striving to reach the people who are seeking our content. We can't do this alone. If you do not support our programming, it makes the challenge that much greater to bring you more of what you seek. We provide you with value, and we want to extend that same level of value and more to others that have yet to discover us.
Absolutely, sis. Very well said. And listen, you guys, we're here for you. We vet our guests. We research our information, and we don't take what we do as journalists for granted. This is our passion, and it's just one of the things we're called to do. And we know if we do not ask you for your support, we can't really expect you to know what we need. This is no different when we have a guest and ask them to share the episode that they are featured on and any future or past episodes as well. So just share the main link to our YouTube page. And all you have to do is type in Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Vawn Gretta on our YouTube page, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And wherever else you can find us, but those are the main spots. We do support our guests, what they do, the services they provide, the products they represent, the industries that they're expert in, and the wealth and knowledge of experience that they have and have brought to our audience members. And we don't agree with every viewpoint or position, but it is our responsibility to bring to you the information and allow you to decide for yourself what your position may be in any experience. We value your freedom of choice and your opinions. And this is one reason we are so real and raw, and we're just getting started. We always reflect on the outcomes of each episode to determine the reach, impact, and value. And we listen to you guys. Some of the outcomes they walk away with after appearing on our show. Engaging with us and being related to is the closure, the healing, the breakthroughs, the elevation, clarity, a freedom from past hurts, pains, and trauma. And there are limitless possibilities of what else comes beyond those moments, right?
Absolutely, indeed. Okay, so we know that it does not just stop with our guests. It touches our audience members as well as our artists, that as well as our artists. I said audience, but it does.
It does.
The sound of music, spoken word, or enlightenment, and the real and raw content. What these known and even those yet to be known guests are doing out there in the world are impactful, real and raw, innovative, educational, healing, and transformational conversations that caught our attention and supported the why we should have them on as a guest. We're trying to bring this to you. We believe the blessings are in the messages shares, conversations, and revelations that are discovered as we remove the layers of who these human beings are. Those same blessings, breakthroughs, healings, transformations, and closures they acquire from their participation as guests on our platform reaches our audience members as well. That growth and transformation they receive and we receive begins the moment we have initial contact with them, with the very first conversation. It is all discovery with us, with them, and with you, as there is a deep dive into the conditions of the hearts of the people.
Oh my goodness. And so the understanding of their why they started their business and created their products and offer their services they choose to bring to the people is critical in every episode. We are no miracle workers, but we do believe in miracles and blessings of God through Jesus Christ. What we share, it saves lives if the individual chooses to take the safe and appropriate and necessary actions to be proactive in their own lives. We can never say what's right or wrong for anyone, but what we will do is work hard, and we will not work for anyone. Okay, I'm lost. What will work? I'm so tongue-tied. We are not here to decide what's going to work for anyone. Let's just put it that way. But we recommend that professional help is sought out for mental health concerns. That's the moment. What we can do, and we will do our best in good faith to share what's available to us, you guys, to our partners and our associates, to those who choose to be a part of this as a resource for you guys. And we love the feedback. We love the support. We love the growth of our platform and the opportunities that arise from what we do. We love to show our guests appreciation and support by having you present. I feel like I'm locked into a Key and Peele episode. Present.
I'm sorry.
So we just want you to know everyone is gonna win. Everyone wins and on this talk show, and that's why we are so real and so raw.
All right, so you are introducing amazing human beings every episode, and our crazy moments like this and our bloopers, right? So that's why we so really raw, right? And we share the information not to only inform you of the newest or most innovative products. We educate you on things that are rarely, if ever, brought to communities like yours and ours. Okay, mine, Vawn's, and everyone else's, right? We make every effort to bring you quality information from quality people that increases the value of what is being offered through our programming. Our intentions with this episode is no different from any of the others. Our episode 18, number 186, are to cause you to take actions to make differences in the efforts and the effects and the effects in what will bring forth a possible solution to what has become the norm during traffic stops in African-American communities, regardless of where we are. Basically, you Black or brown, you're going to get pulled over, you're stopped, you ask for your information, and you're told to put your hands up. The senseless deaths of our Black and brown people, right? The reaching for your identification, insurance cards, keys, cell phones, or to calm an afraid or crying child who does not understand why they're being told or you're being told to stop, pull over, exit the vehicle, and or simply put your hands up. Now, Mr. Brian took an observation that impacted him greatly and created a solution that will work for both the civilian people, human beings, Black and brown, and law enforcement.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something, you guys. When you are a 2-woman show, you do 50 million things. Look here, we have an amazing artist that's going to be present on the show today. Ray Brooks. You've seen him before. He's back, and we're so happy. He's really on the rise. I'm so excited for him, and you'll learn more about him during the show. So now it's time to get real and raw. Nakia just saying, y'all, we want to hear from you guys. So please, to our guests, our audience members rather, please engage with us. Our guests want to hear your thoughts too. It just makes for a wonderful, as you know, conversation. So please take a few seconds to go to www.streamyard.com/Facebook, which I will put in the comment section. It only takes a few seconds. Once you grant access for StreamYard to see your comments, they'll appear on the screen. So stick around and post your comments, share, and did I say share? Share. And start your own watch party right now. Text somebody, call somebody and say, we're getting ready to learn about how to have a safer traffic stop. In the no judgment zone, girl.
Time to get real and raw. Come on up and open your soul and show us your heart. No boundaries. Hey, you are entering the no judgment zone. Your love is shining all over us. It's time to get real and raw.
Hey. All right, let's get our guests up in the house. We have talked enough. Mr. Brian Wilturner, the creator and founder of The Pocket USA. Hey, what's going on, Brian?
Hold on, put that music back on. I want to.
Hey.
Absolutely. This is how we do it. We welcome you to the platform, sir.
Well, here.
Huh?
He's creative. He creative and he dances.
A little
right?
bit. I do a little dance.
This will bit. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to show us some of your moves later on, right? Awesome. Okay, so Brian, we're gonna jump right into it because we have shared a lot of information already, and we definitely want to have you in the space to where you can share who you are. How did you get this started? What came to your mind? What occurred for you? And then we're gonna do some closing out in about 45 minutes. So, Brian, I just want people to know who you are. So give us a little bit about your background, your family, where you're from, those types of things. So people can relate to you, and make sure you come talk into the computer so we can hear you well.
Can you hear me good now?
There we are.
So my name is Brian Wilturner. I'm from Houston, born and raised. I went to Madison High School. I played sports. I was lucky enough to earn a football scholarship to the University of North Texas. I'm the youngest of four, raised by a single mother in Houston. I think football is what kept me and my brother and my sisters ran track. So sports kept us grounded, man. Sports kept us out of trouble. It kept us hungry and away from stuff we didn't need to be around, because if we wasn't at practice or at a game, we probably could have been in trouble. So sports kept us grounded. My mom was always at work. Like I say, she was a single mother. So she had to be at work for the most part. So we had sports, man, and we had great coaches that'll come pick us up from our house and bring us home because they knew the situation, right? 4 kids raised by a single mother, man, it was tough, but she did what she could, and I love her for that. And so, yeah, that's pretty much about it, man. I went to Nakia, played sports, and had a good time.
Awesome. So tell us about your family, your immediate family. You're married and you have children, right?
Yes, married with 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. My kids, I keep my kids in sports too. Sports is great, man. Sports will teach someone how to be disciplined. It will teach you how to work as a team. It will teach you how to be a leader. I will encourage anyone and everyone to put their kids in sports. If their kids just coming home and watching TV and being on their phones and on the internet, even if it's golf, you don't have to be the football, the basketball, the baseball. Just put them in sports so it'll teach them another type of discipline.
Awesome. So discipline is extremely important, especially
Gotta have
when engaging with law enforcement and having to understand why you have to follow rules, why rules are in place, whether you agree with them or not. The purpose of being able to protect yourself and being able to protect those around you. And when I say protect yourself, it's not always about the use of force or having to fight, right? It's about having that mental discipline in order to be responsible enough to engage or disengage, to de-escalate and not escalate a situation or an experience. So what had you had you ever considered becoming an entrepreneur before?
Man, when I was in middle school, when I used to go to the store, my mom so if they ever had candies, 10 for $1, 12 for $1, I spend that dollar and get them 10 or 12, and I go to school and sell them for a quarter, 50 cents. I've always had that entrepreneur mind forever, man. I started a trucking company about 18 years ago, so I've always had that mindset. Like, it's hard for me to work for somebody and get somebody else rich and they go on vacation, but I'm still working and making them money, right? I couldn't have that, man. Like, my mindset was, let me put my kids in a situation where they don't have to work for no one either. So I have a trucking company. I've been doing that for 18 years now, and it's pretty good. I love it. I love working my own, waking up when I want to. My truck, I love it, man. I love it.
Absolutely. So that helped you in engaging and learning to become an entrepreneur. And that goes right back to having that discipline and that focus and that level of obedience that you acquired, playing sports, which is how you're grooming your children to be as well. And they're able to continue to build on that cycle, that culture that you've established for them. Now, had you ever thought about becoming an inventor or creating your own product before?
Never. And so what made me create this product was I needed something to protect my son. I needed something to protect my son before he started driving. And I knew within 4 years he was going to be going to college. I did not want my son to become a victim of police brutality.
Okay, which is common and stuff that we're seeing here in 2020, 2021 extremely often. And a lot of people think that those are things that we're not going to go through or that we shouldn't have to go through, and that Martin Luther King and everybody else, Malcolm X, has resolved all these issues, that having the first Black president of 8 years, Barack Obama was able to come the great savior and fix everything. But yet we see even today that we're still dealing with the same level of racism. No, let me correct that. A different level of racism, one that has expounded, one is worse than what we've ever dealt with before, because we knew what we were dealing with in the past. However, it was underlying circumstances and factors that have been going on since then, okay? The emancipation and everything else since then, right? And now, fast forward 2021, we're still dealing with things. And so there was a situation that occurred in 2019 19, right? No, 2016.
16.
2016. Your son was about 4 years away from going to college. Okay, so tell us about that and your why.
So my why, I was just sitting at the house, just got through cutting my yard. I was sitting at the house and I don't watch the news. Like, I don't watch the news. So that day, it was just so happened the news was on. Breaking news come across the screen. Young man get murdered by the police. Young man by the name of Philando Castile. He did everything right. He did everything right that the police asked him to do, and he still got shot. His girlfriend was in the car, and her daughter was in the back seat, just crying out. Now this, and just to think about it, this little baby, 4-5-year-old baby, got to go through this trauma for the rest of her life, seeing her stepdad, her mom boyfriend, get murdered by the police. Like, how's that going to affect this kid, right? So I saw that, and I was like, no, I couldn't take it. Like, me as a truck driver, how can I make a difference? That was like, what can I do? How can I make a difference? So I just started looking for stuff, Googling, trying to find something that's safety required, something. I couldn't find it. So what I had to do was create it. I had to create it. So I goes to Michael's and I get 2 plastic pieces. I folded one end up and I put some glue around it. Put a magnet on the back of it, and I gave it to my son when he came home from school, told him what happened, told him what it was for and how to use it.
Okay. So that situation was a major impact on you that caused you to say, you know what? If nobody else is going to come up with a solution, it's time for me to come up with one. Exactly. And I have to do something that not only first and foremost has the potential to save my son's life. And what if I can market that out there to the world to save the lives of other people who, for whatever reason, were not able to come up with that particular idea because you were ordained. You were the one that was gifted with that blessing to come up with that idea, right? And or there's people who may have thought about it but didn't know what to do, didn't have that drive or that fight, that push, that why, that wholehearted why to create something. So I'm gonna set it over to Vawn so she can carry on with the conversation of getting deeper and oh man, Terrence's word unpacking is all up in my head. Unpacking that layer. is a guest of ours that comes on pretty frequently, and we be unpacking stuff. So I'm gonna have Vawn to ask you some additional questions on the Pocket USA and your why.
Thank you, dear gorgeous one over there, stopping traffic, looking good. So, yeah, I want to get into it. So you find out what happened to this poor soul. You're touched as a father because his child is in the car with him. God help her soul. And now you're like, I want to create a solution. And there are people who do a lot of, I said it in the pre show, they talk a lot about, people jump on the bandwagon and can talk a lot. But here's someone who said, well, let me do my part to create some kind of solution, right? Had you ever been stopped by the police, and how was that? And was there ever a negative experience for you?
Oh, numerous times. So when I used to get stopped by the police in high school, the only thing that would save me from that situation, I played sports. And the police officers knew me from playing sports. Once I go to college and come home for the weekend, all that used to know me stuff was out the window. So I was in South Park, if you guys know where that's at. Mm-hmm. I pulled over by the police. First thing they do, I roll my windows down, turn on my lights in my vehicle. I look around, I have a gun right here to my head. Right to my head, they telling me I stole my own car. Listen to me. Got a gun in my head telling me I stole my own car, pull me out the car, handcuff me with the gun to the back of my head now, telling me, I forgot it was a 1099 or whatever they called the number was. So I'm like, man, this is my car. I got my license. My license was in my pocket. my insurance and registration was in the glove box, which I wasn't going to reach for. So they
Right.
get it. They get my insurance and my registration, and they see it's my vehicle, but still finna take me to jail for stealing my own car. So I'm trying to plead to them, hey man, this is my car. I'm not understanding how y'all gonna say I'm stealing my own vehicle. So the guy still got the gun in my head, and his partner had to get on the phone and call the DA like that night. It was about 9-10 o'clock that night. It was just so happened the DA answered the phone. If the DA wouldn't have answered that phone, I would have been in jail for stealing my own car. But the DA answered the phone, and it was confirmed that it was my vehicle, my license, insurance, and registration. And the DA told him to let me go. Horrible. Like
Wow.
now, when I'm going one way and see a police officer coming the other way, I'm checking to make sure he's still going.
How long ago was that, Brian?
I think I was maybe 20, 21 years old. I'm 40.
So like
40,
3 years,
20 years ago.
20 years ago. And so you just said, and so now he said, still today, he's checking.
Oh yeah.
This traumatic experience has followed you, right? So then when you saw that, it was like enough to, oh man, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And this is like nothing that we haven't heard from any of our brothers, right? It's so real. This is an epidemic. This is the pandemic. Okay. How, now that you've created something like this, the Pocket USA, have you been able to ease your mind or your sons from encountering officers at all?
It eases my mind when my son is not at home. To let me, that's just giving me an extra security, knowing if he was to get pulled over, he have a better shot of making it home.
Okay. And you guys, I want you to know that we will post a commercial of his on the Real Raw page so that you can see kind of it in action. But he's going to show you what it looks like in just a minute. Now, has anyone from law enforcement received this product? What do they think about it?
They love it. I haven't heard not one negative thing from any police officer, and I've talked to a lot of them. Actually, it's a police organization called Clippers and Cops out of Atlanta, heard about my product through social media, reached out to me and allowing me to follow them around the world from city to city, state to state with this product, because it helps. Okay. It helps the police officers, right? Because a police officer don't know what vehicle they walking up on, just like a driver don't know what police officer is walking up on them. So it helps, man. It just makes the situation a whole lot better.
Now, do you have the product right there, the Pocket in front of you? Can you show it to us?
Yes. So
okay, tell us how this works.
This is the original Pocket. This was the one I created first.
Okay.
Just in case if you or your loved one getting pulled over, you will already have your license and insurance in this product. All you do is roll your window down and attach it to the outside of your door. So
okay.
If a police officer is walking up, he will already have everything he needs on the outside of your vehicle. He will see both of your hands visible on the wheel. So now he can be in a comfortable state of mind. The driver can feel a whole lot safer knowing you don't have to move or reach for anything and be accused of moving and reaching for something that's going to hurt him when he asks you to reach for your license and insurance. So all he take this product off your door, take it to his vehicle, run your license. Now, if he was to give you a ticket or a warning, he can place it right back in his pocket, attach it right back on your door. You drive away, he walks away. So this product just did a couple of things for us. It controlled the situation.
Right.
Protected your inner peace. It kept negativity out of your vehicle, and it helped with social distancing. I'm just trying to make sure the way we enter a traffic stop, that's the way we need to start leaving them.
Right on with that. Now, is that the only one, or is there another version?
This is the original. Now, this one only attached to your door if you have a metal door, because some vehicles have fiberglass and aluminum. So I can't Pocket 2.0. The Pocket 2.0 still have the magnet on there, but now it has a suction cup that will attach to any vehicle. So
that attaches to the window?
It can attach to your window with the suction cup, or it can still attach to your vehicle with the magnet on there.
It looks like a pretty thick piece, so it's solid.
Great quality. Great quality.
Okay.
But y'all put a lot
Okay, so that's the same thing. And then can you show that one more time? So it has like a little hook, so like the suction cup can stay on
of
the vehicle, and the officer can take that off.
Exactly.
Got it.
And just attach.
Okay.
Exactly.
And you're right, especially with social distancing, that is great. And it's just all about, I mean, we all know there's buttholes and everything, but for those really the good cops, then this is a really good alternative for them, and it keeps us safe, and it keeps me still, right? So there's no confusion for people in these situations. Okay.
So we can diminish the confrontation of back and forth, right? We don't
Right.
do that no more. So I would suggest.
Has anybody in law enforcement given you any pushback for the product personally?
Not one.
Perfect. So this is a great solution then. So you've got officers that are using it. I know you have several officers that are endorsing it.
Because it
what
helps,
cities?
It helps them, Vawn. Like, it makes them. So if a police officer was to pull you over, and in your back window you will have this decal saying "I carry the pocket USA." So they gonna see this first. So a police officer, I want y'all to start like paying attention to this if you can. They will touch the back of your vehicle.
Okay.
The reason they touch the back of your vehicle was if anything was to happen to them and you drive off, their fingerprint is on your vehicle, right?
Okay.
So they have no choice but to see this. So when they start walking up to your vehicle, they're gonna start putting their eyes towards your door just to see this. So when they see this, now they can feel a whole lot comfortable knowing, okay, well, this driver carried the pocket USA, he doesn't have to move.
Right. Okay. Right? Now, what cities have implemented this procedure? How many cities is your Pocket USA in at this point?
I didn't lost count. Like,
really?
I get so many people are ordering this, but I will say Florida and Chicago order the most.
Okay.
The most. And when they order by the bulk. So let me tell y'all this quick story real quick. So it was a grandmother. A grandmother reached out to me. She called me because her son purchased my product. So she called her son and wanted to know what was that coming to her house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Open it and see. So she opened it and she told him what it was. He was like, "Oh yeah, I remember I ordered that." So she calls me. She got my number from the card and called me, and she was like, "My name is such and such, and my son ordered this product, and I wanted to know what it is and what it do." And I told her what it did, and she was like, "Well, why in the hell he just ordered one?" Purchased 3 more because she had 3 grandkids, and purchased 3 for her grandkids.
That is awesome.
So I'm hearing and feeling in my spirit that since I have a 19-year-old son driving and Nakia has a son that drives, that we gonna get us a Pocket USA courtesy of Brian Wilturner and the Pocket USA, huh?
I highly suggest you guys get a Pocket USA.
No, I don't suggest. You ain't feeling me. You're not in my space. I'm saying
what you said.
Hey, I tell you this party I just do for you. I heard everything.
So what I'm hearing is you highly are going to send that to us.
No problem.
Hey, great.
No problem.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead. No.
I want to ask this question. Are there any other companies that you are marketing this product to outside of law enforcement? Is anyone else interested in what it is that you're sharing?
Because you mentioned the one organization, so
Clippers and Cops.
Yeah, right. But are there others besides law enforcement that she's asking?
So I want to say about 3 weeks ago, my product was just put in Toyota dealerships, and I'm talking right now to Buc-ee's, trying to get them in Buc-ee's. I mean,
yeah, right.
I've heard of two-row rental cars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm 26 two-row rental cars. I'm in 3 driver's ed.
That's awesome.
So
That is incredible.
I'm just working, man. Like, and I'm going to talk to you. I don't do the emails. I'm not a social media, not a phone guy. I go and shake your hand. I want to look you in the eye, and I want to feel your presence, whether you like this product or not. So that's
The
how I'm
grassroots approach.
And actually, you guys, that's how we met, Brian, is because he met Nakia where she works, and was like, where she work, we're not gonna say the place. But where she works, and you know, Nakia and I come from the same planet and the same tribe. We don't know strangers. We've been and picked everybody's brain to find out. I was at my little cousin Anna's house a couple of months ago, and I met a good friend of hers, and I just found her interesting. And I was just talking to her before I knew it. She was like, I feel like we are locked inside of a Real and Raw episode. So it's no wonder why we ended up with this show, but that's how we met. So, you know, people ask me, how do we meet our guests a lot? And it's just, we don't know strangers. We
We're
want to.
not afraid to have conversations with people.
Nakia was busy at the time, but was ear hustling and talking to someone about this product. And
Did you say she was ear hustling?
I saw it. I was like, I need to talk to you. Can I get your card?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
And then I called him a couple of hours later, and I was like,
hey, man, I mean, things happen for a reason, and timing is everything, man. Timing is
everything. Well, I think it's really awesome what you're doing, Brian, on a serious tip. You know, not only have you created something that is valuable and necessary, you know, it's a solution. And it's a good one, and I'm so happy that you're getting so much good stuff. Hey, let's see. Okay, here's a retired law enforcement officer. Yeah. Okay. Are you from Chicago, Kevin? I forget. Let me know. Put it in the comment section. Oh yeah, fellow Chicagoan. Yeah, duh. So are you from there, or were you just working there? So he knows the area. So that's fabulous. So see, you need to order one, Kevin, because you can tell people about that. I'm gonna put it on the screen again, you guys. And this is great. I hope you know how awesome this is, because you know, when somebody is affected by something and then you go in and say, what can I do to support, help, and make change? Well, what a legacy to leave on the planet, you know, and it's so simple. What do you want people to know, Brian, from not only your experience with what happened to you, happened in plural, with you getting pulled over and having created this device? What do you want people to know about what's your heart, what's your passion? What do you need them to know?
I just need them to know that I put a lot of time and effort into it. Like, usually we don't do nothing or react until it happens to us and land on our doorstep, right? Sure. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't wait on no movement, no marches, no legislations, no Supreme Courts, no presidents. Like, I couldn't, and respect to those who do, no disrespect, but I couldn't. Like, my family mean the world to me, right? Mm-hmm. Your family mean the world to me. So when I did create this product, it took me about 2 to 3 weeks to realize, man, I can help my neighbor. I can help the next city in the next state. So that's when I just really just had tunnel vision. How can I mass produce this? I found a company in Dayton, Ohio. They just sent me the material. Me and my family putting this together every day. They coming home from school, I'm coming home from work. We sitting at the table like a little line, and everybody got their own little station. And we put
an assembly line at the house.
I'm trying to tell you, every day. My wife was pregnant at the time, but she was at this table working.
We have to meet your wife. Did you say you had the table working?
From that wife, I'm trying to tell you, sis, because stuff with that wife, I'll be like, really?
He said he had her at the table working.
I don't like.
Yeah, I'll let material in the solution. Like the solution, I had to get from another, like some special solution. This is just not no regular glue. I had to search and find something. Like, I put a lot of effort into it because I care about you and your family. Like, I don't want our grandkids or great grandkids to even know about police brutality. Now, if everybody support this product, it can happen. But it's the support that we need. If the Pocket USA get the support it need, we stop police brutality.
And that's one layer and one level of it, you know, and it takes law enforcement. I'm sorry, sis. It takes law enforcement to be willing to honor the effort at the same time. Because if law enforcement respects the intention of the product, okay, everyone's being informed that there is a product out being distributed. And even if law enforcement purchases some of the product themselves and hand them out when they make traffic stops, right? And say, hey, you know, for the future, you know, I see you had a moment, you know, trying to get your ID and your insurance card together. And I'm going to give you this Pocket USA. Okay.
Right.
This is how you use it. Educate the community. This is how you use it. Put it on your door, put it on your window, have your information available. So therefore, if I encounter you again, or if another officer encounters you for whatever reason, all you do is stick it on the outside of your window or put it against your door. There's a magnet on it, and put your hands on the steering wheel. Okay, now we have a new procedure in place. Now we have a new tool, a new resource available to where all law enforcement is aware this is the item that you're going to be looking for. Yes, you're going to scan the area. You're going to do everything that officers have been trained to do. Absolutely. Touch the back of the vehicle, all of that. And then we simply need you as an officer to look at the window. Do you see what you're looking for? Okay. That lets you know right off the bat that human being right there, regardless of their skin color, regardless of the reason that you're pulling them over, that individual right there has initiated a willingness to comply.
Absolutely.
So like Orlando Castillo, he says, when he was pulled over, he says, officer, I have my ID and I have my insurance card. I'm a licensed concealed handgun person I have my weapon with me, have my weapon on me, but I have a concealed handgun license. This man is telling the officer right off the bat, and I need to get my ID. So the experience was based on the information that I read and reviewed and the family member speaking. The information is the gentleman announced to the officer, this is what I have, and I'm a concealed handgun license carrier. Now here in Texas, we have a new law in place that allows everybody to carry a gun. You don't have to get certified. You don't have to go through training. You don't have to do anything. So right now, police officers are going to be on edge. Right now, police officers are going to be on a heightened alert because they don't know if you are licensed to carry or not licensed to carry, whether you are a convict criminal or whether you're just a law-abiding citizen. They don't know, right? And they don't have the time to ask the questions right off the bat initially. So therefore, the gentleman, Mr. Castillo, he is reaching for his wallet, which is in his pocket, that contains his license and his insurance card. The girl he was dating was inside the vehicle. Her daughter was in the back. This officer shot this gentleman 7 times, said he was afraid for his life. The DA found that this gentleman was murdered unjustly. In his right pocket, if I'm not mistaken, in his right pocket was the gun. It was loaded, but there was no bullets in the chamber. In his other pocket, he had his wallet that had his license and insurance card in there. He slumped over the steering wheel after being shot 7 times. The officer did not remember the first shots that he took off, but he remembered the last 2 shots out of 7. That was endangerment
to the other people in the car.
The young lady who was in the car that he was dating, and the child that was in the car, who by officer who killed a man who was not threatening to cause harm or otherwise. He had no intentions of disobeying the law. He was a law-abiding citizen. So whether you have a concealed handgun or whether you don't have a license, right now, officers don't know what's what. So with what Brian has created, it has provided us as human beings an opportunity to utilize something, okay? Because if there's nothing else out there, we don't know, right? If there is something else out there, we don't know. Just so happened, I had a conversation with Brian. I'm ear hustling. Yeah, I was ear hustling. And came up on something that was a solution, a valuable solution to the Black and brown communities, white communities, whatever community want to use it. I guarantee you the non-Black and brown communities, for a better way of saying it, will jump on this quicker than we will. And the sad part about it is we're the ones that's being murdered on a regular basis. We're the ones that's being pulled over on a regular basis. We're the one that's being stopped for changing lanes too slow, not putting your signal on, you black while driving, you don't have your seatbelt on, you potentially drinking while driving, you swear, whatever the reason is, whatever the cause, because you don't have your license plate where Texas isn't fully being seen, because here in Texas, you got to have that license plate where it's not, the bracket cannot hide the word Texas. It cannot block the word Texas because they will pull you over. So it's just, we have a solution. We have a valuable solution, the Pocket USA, and we're not here to market this product for Brian. Brian can market stuff on his own. All we're saying is, right now, in this very moment, there is a product available, okay? If you figure out something that you want to create, if you know of something else that's out there, great. Absolutely. Share it with us. Let us know about it. We want to know. But what we do know at this very moment is that the Pocket USA is available for us to be able to put on our vehicles and hand to our children and have one in each of our vehicles, whether it's for our children or for ourselves or for our parents or for our grandparents, to utilize it to keep us in a safe position to where we can drive there alive and leave there alive. Sis, go over there to you.
So, this is her wheelhouse as a person who has been in law enforcement for a while. So I love when she gets turned on. Okay, look here, guys. Let's switch lanes for a second. No pun intended. So we're going to hear from a wonderful musical guest. I'm so proud of him, Teray Brooks, and I'm going to show how you can support and follow him. He's working on some new projects. He doesn't even look the same. And so I've had the pleasure of hearing some of the new material that he's recording in LA right now, and it is phenomenal. But this is from his last album. So you guys just take a listen, enjoy, and we'll be right back to get some closing remarks from Brian, from Nakia, and from myself, and remind you how you can go get your Pocket USA today.
I can overcome about anything. It's about being you. It's about being you. You can do just about anything.
I'm zoning, I left home in a braid of Maybach. I stay facts across state lines. So when I say that I'm colder than the shoulders I was given, you know that I ain't lying. Cause I'm not blending in with those around me. I think I found the difference between the real ones, those surrounding who witness, but him says that they are who really came up with it. I'm childish, I'm truly childish, I'm steady riding, founding the definition of can't stop clowning, take pride in that I am a new addition. The children can listen to it, I don't miss an interlude. I'm truly gifted, hands lifted, so is my spirit. So when you hear it, you can't clear it like you do the history, or like they do my history. But someday soon they go by with me, cause I know this road is long. So when I say let's go, I'm talking about the road is only long when I'm walking. Got to step it up, talk to me while we're talking. I know this road is long. So when I say let's go, I'm talking about the
overcome about anything. Best part about being you is that by being you, you can do just about anything. Best part about being me is that by being me, I can overcome about anything. Best part about being you is that by being you, you can do just about anything. Best part about being me is that by being me, I can overcome about anything. Best part about being you is that by being you can do just about anything.
Frame by frame, I picture my name stained in stainless glass, station in the corridors, hanging, waiting for haters to pass up or pass judgment. I don't care, I keep it coming, favor ain't fair. I'm just learning on my crisscross, keep it jumping on the west side, but I'm from the south side, where you hit it, side go bumping on the trail ride, where you whip that jambalaya on the stove like stir fry. Should've brought some Tonys on the road with me. Hindsight 2020, Klondike, nothing really. I'm like, I'm too silly, but I got to give it all I got, cause it is in me. Cause it is in me. Back up on my way, I put water first, then I make Kool-Aid, and I freak out when I wake up late. But make sure you got the story straight, that I'm not afraid of laying in the bed I made. Said I know this road is long, so when I say let's go, I'm talking about the road is only long when I'm walking. Got to step it up, talk to me while we're talking. Cause I know this road is long, so when I say let's go, I'm talking about the road is only long when I'm walking. Got to step it up, talk to me while we're talking.
Best part about being me is that by being me, I can overcome about anything. Best part about being you is that by being you.
Talk to me while we're
Yeah.
I always enjoy Teray. That is so amazing. Thank you so much, Teray, for sharing with us this content. Woo! Brian.
Yes, ma'am.
This has been very eye-opening, and like the word that people say now is awakening. People are waking up. You got to wake up, you know? So we want to go into our final thoughts. And what would you like for our audience to be left with? What is a call to action that you have of them, and how can they reach out to you?
I just want to say, if we all do a little bit, nobody has to do a lot, right? So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure that we can survive police encounters. Now, we all know it's not every police officer that think that way and that act that way, right? We all know that. But what we don't know is what police officers going to approach our vehicles. So with the Pocket USA on the outside of your vehicle, it doesn't matter. You don't have to move, and you don't have to be accused of movement. And all I would ask people to do is just share the vision of the Pocket USA. Just share the vision of it's needed. We know that, but I'm and don't take this the wrong way, but I'm through trying to ask for your purchase. Like, I know we need this, right? And if I can give them away, I would, but it costs me a lot of money to get the product in. All right. So yeah, if you guys can just share it, man, tell your friends and family about this product. I have free shipping on this product. I'm paying for the shipping. I'm paying for the taxes, right? All you doing is paying for the product.
So,
and that's real talk, you guys. As somebody who has products for purchase and sale, okay, as somebody who has products for purchase and sale, you know, I have the book. You know, it everything is a cost. This platform is a cost. It is a continual cost, you know, for us to do this. And we do our best to make sure that the information we put, as we said, is out there great, but also supporting people like Brian, right? Selflessly. It's a great product, but it costs material, and he has a family. Even if he didn't, it's a cost. So it's a great tool, but he got to pay for it. So we got to pay for it.
Right.
And people. I mean,
Right. And and you have to also look at it. What is the value of your life compared to the cost of this pocket? So, Brian, do you want to
You better preach. Repeat that. You better preach. What is the value of your life to the cost of this product? Say that, sis.
So this original pocket is only $12.99. It's only $12.99 with free shipping. The Pocket 2.0 is only $19.99 with free shipping. I wanted to make sure I keep this under $20.
Okay. So you look at $12.99, you look at $19.99, and you look at the value of your life. Okay, I think my life is worth more than $20. My son's life is worth more than $20. We go to Starbucks, we go to Krispy Kreme, we go to Shipley's Donuts is high as hell. So we go to all in, you know what I'm saying? We go to all Burger King, we go to all these different fast food places. I ain't trying to plug nobody, but I'm just saying we go to all these different places and we spend this money. People smoking weed, people smoking cigars or Swisher Sweets, or that might be the same thing. I don't know. But people do cigarettes. I don't know, sis. My bad. Cigarettes. But you have all these vices. You have to get your cup of coffee every day, right? That's 2 cups of coffee. For half of these folks is spending $5, $6 on a cup of coffee. So 2 cups of coffee for a week, or if you getting 2 cups of coffee in a day, just think of it. You could have purchased a product. He's paying for the shipping and handling. All he wants to do is get it in your hands. And once he gets it in your hands, it's up to you to use it. It's up to you to make that decision to use the product. If you ever have to use it, keep it in your glove box. Always remember that it's there. But remember, or put in your armrest on the side of your door to where you don't even have to reach for that. Keep it accessible for you. Hell, put it on your window, on the front glass of your window with the suction cup. And that way it's always right there.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying that way you don't even have to reach for it. He's trying to make it convenient for us to be able to survive because we are priceless. Each and every one of you are priceless. So sis, what are your final thoughts, babe? Oh, the Pocket USA, www.thepocketusa.com is rolling on the bottom of the screen so we can reach you. He likes to talk to everybody hand in hand, shake your hand, grassroots type of conversation to get to know you and offer the products. Sis, what you got?
Okay, so all I have is brief and short. One, yeah, like she said, there it is on the bottom of the screen. 2, you guys, I mean, this is do you remember when the craze was going on about that chicken sandwich? I'm not going to say the name of the company. Remember the chicken sandwich craze, the comparison that was going on? Y'all, all of that comparison between the two, all we did, we meaning people, I'm saying I did not, but all everybody did was make these conglomerates a whole lot of money. They didn't give you any dollars or anything for perpetuating this madness, this craze over, and it was fun, don't get me wrong, but you don't know the top people. You don't even know the first person that ever created a piece of chicken at either one of these places. But when you have people like us, myself, Nakia, Brian, who are trying to create and build something for our families and something positive, well, it's almost like crickets, and
Girl, you better.
It's almost like you have to, and I'm not trying to be rude. I promise I'm not trying to be rude. But it's a desire, it's a goal, it's hard work. It's a lot of hard work. It's so much hard work. Brian has a job, Nakia has a job, I have a job, but we're building a vision in our own right. And we need the support of you passing that along. Sharing it on your social media, texting someone, telling someone, girl, your nails are pretty. Oh, let me tell you about this polish. Next thing you know, you go and buy it. Well, I didn't make these people this money. But you can do that when you say, did you watch the Really Raw Talk Show? Really Raw Talk Show, what is that? Oh, you can do the same thing, word of mouth. Did you get your Pocket USA today? What is that? Oh, girl, that's the thing you do. You got to get that. You got to put it on your wheel, on your window when you're driving. That's all it takes. Just a conversation. And you know what? You sow a seed and you change your life. And forgive me for sounding preachy, but you know what you sow into one man's life, God will put it back into you. And he usually multiplies it. Think about it. If you take a seed and sow it into the ground, it bears fruit more than what you put in the ground. It's a principle of law, not only in the spirit, but in the natural realm. So my final thoughts are to say, hey, you guys support all of us that are doing things, whether it's from a play, a musical exposition, a book, a CD. I bought a CD off a sister from the street, and I was going by the Reggae Hut, and I bought her, and she's gonna be featured on our show. I was like, yeah, I'll buy your CD. And so we're going to feature your sister. You know what I'm saying? She was like, dang, I didn't even have to do my whole spiel. And I was like, right, you shouldn't have to, right? So it was just like, can I feature on my show too? So, it was like, yeah. And she is raw. Oh my God, that girl is talented. So anyway, you guys just support, without people having to break their neck to ask for it. It doesn't take much. And you change your life and you support their family. I'm out.
Awesome.
Oh, wait, one more. Wait, sister. One more thing, sister. You guys, at 10:15, we will be joined by the Slappy Pain. Brian, you have to watch. You are gonna crack up. You gotta watch while you're getting yourself wind down for the evening. The Slappy Pain on the after the show party starting at 10:15. Refresh your Facebook and your YouTube pages because we're going to live, laugh, and love just a little bit more. We have a campaign going with now, but we're going to keep that campaign going featuring Nakia.
Oh, no.
We're going to keep that campaign going, but you guys join us at 10:15 for the after the show party with the comedian The Slappy Pain. Go ahead, sis.
Oh my God. Well, I have about 30 seconds to speak, so I can't stand you right now, and I love you so much, sis. Brian, thank you so very much for being here on this episode. Sis, you do not have to censor yourself for any reason at all. God, we give God all the glory for everything that he has provided for us, this platform, and otherwise for us to bring to the people what information is out there not readily available to them. That is why we do what we do. We are here to heal, build. We are here to educate. We're here to motivate. We're here to mentor. We're here to lead and guide, Father God, and do what we do best, which is provide information, share resources, and reach out to people and have real and raw conversations. And please support Brian. Please support us. All we can do is ask. We can't make you do anything. And we appreciate all that you do when you do. This is Nakia Franklin, Vawn Gretta, and our guest, Brian.
Damn it.
This is so real and raw. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 10:15 p.m.
Brian, stay on, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Be obedient.
Let me say my name. Good night, y'all.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Vawn Gretta. Remember to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel today. A special thanks to our guests, sponsors, and audience members. We are grateful for your support of our programming. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor of one of our shows, please email us at info.realrawtalkshow@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. This has been a Wisdom Entertainment production in association with Social Integration. The views and opinions expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Vawn Gretta. Any content provided are opinions and do not intend to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. Stay connected and join us for our next conversation where there are no boundaries and no judgments.